aware that I said this video was going to come out February 16th, and it's currently March 23rd. I don't care. Anyways, we're doing an extended version of my most popular video, ranking Kingdom Rush free heroes. Because that one was originally supposed to be a short, but it was too long. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. This video will probably be my longest video ever. Anyways, Alaria Swiftwind is definitely a D. I don't really need to explain why. She can't deal meaningful damage. And all of the points poured into her melee attack don't work because her health is so low she can't even attack enemies stronger than a wolf for longer than 5 seconds. She does have high speed, and she is kind of good for challenges if you disabled premium heroes, but then you're playing on mobile, and you should get the game on Steam. But she is free though. But everyone is free. She can't be compared to other heroes as well. She is definitely a D. I don't care what anyone says. Ulrich is easy S. He's unkillable as well as having over 1,000 EHP. He has spiked armor, which is a great way of dealing true damage back to the enemy, as well as flurry with only a 6-second attack speed, reload time, and dishing out extremely high damage. Not only is this very high damage, but it's also very versatile because of its short cooldown. He is also unkillable, as I mentioned before, because of his over 1,000 EHP. And if he is about to die, he can just summon Sand Warriors and retreat behind them to heal. I'll admit he's not as good as Boneheart and some other Frontiers heroes, but he is the best Frontiers hero on Flash, and that says something. Aravan is an A, because he's very powerful. He can dish out extremely high true damage, and he will never be countered by one type of resistance because of his base attack dealing true damage and all of his abilities dealing different types of damage. But in the end, his health is just so low that all the points poured into his melee attack just also don't work. But anyways, he can dish out some of the most satisfying damage in the series, and don't try to convince me otherwise. Azra S. With Shield of Shadows, she can easily teleport towards one of the strongest enemies in the game and hit them with Spider Bite, which is a guaranteed death on them. She is prone to being wasted, but in the hands of a skilled player, she is literally a god. Onyx Arrows is a good crowd control ability that can be repurposed to dealing extremely high true damage to any enemy. It was actually magic damage. I don't care. And Arrow of Sorrow is useless because reducing the armor of an enemy, she takes too long. Okay, I feel like all secondary heroes are C tier. Bulwark is basically only good for distracting the Tainted Pit Meteors. Broxah, I can visualize the hero that Verduke was making her out to be, but I'm not cracked like him, so A. She does have the highest base DPS in the game at over 100, but she doesn't compete with the other heroes well enough to earn a higher spot on the list, even though she is the best hero that's not an S tier by far. Katha can carry you through so much of the game. Her hero spell is so massive, it's close to being able to stall so many enemies at the same time. Nevertheless though, Katha herself only does low physical damage, and all of her usefulness comes from her abilities. And when her abilities are recharging, it can make the levels feel a bit longer. So I'll give her an A. But she is the best free hero in Origins. Cronin is an inferior version of Ulrich. Cronin D, higher than Illyria though. Because his high damage ability relies on bleed to deal the full damage. But that just means the enemy is alive for longer, damaging your units and advancing towards the exit. And if it dies, it doesn't even take the full damage, it just deals so much overkill damage. Cronin is useless. Don't try to make Cronin good. He will never be good. Eridan, tankiest hero in Origins, even though it doesn't seem like it. He might not be as outwardly impressive as his brother Aravan, or Broxar, or Azra. But he makes up for it by having just all-around great stats. Like the longest range in the series, a very fast attack speed. He just took the faults of Illyria and unfaulted them, if that makes any sense. But because he's not as outwardly impressive, he's definitely not an S tier. Gerald, I lied, okay? Gerald is better than Broxar. He can deal the most satisfying damage in the series, on top of being the tankiest hero in the series. He also has a support skill, which kinda sucks, but it's really good under the correct circumstances. Shield of Retribution, though, is just so powerful that even the strongest enemies will fail to beat him in fight. It is, though, a dependency on enemies, because strong enemies will deal more damage to themselves, meanwhile weak enemies will not. That's why he's not an S. Lilith, aka RNGesus, C. Lilith sucks. Everything is dedicated on RNG with her, and RNG is not a good factor. Luck is unreliable by definition. Even if you are lucky, Lilith's strong way to play, which is to put your faith in her abilities, is statistically worse because her abilities have the odds stacked against you, like only a 30% chance to in-skill and a 30% chance to resurrect. And if you play her other playstyle, which is just to not give in and play on the safe side, that just makes her even worse, which is what lands her so low. Lucerez, however you pronounce it, C. Probably higher than Bulwark. As I said, all secondary heroes are in C. Young Malik is so bad. He's one of the few heroes worse than Illyria in the series. First of all, you have to use a Thunderbolt to free him, which sometimes is wasteful. Especially in the early parts of that level, where gold is scarce and there's so many enemies trying to overrun you. Wasting that could be the difference between you dying and you living. Meanwhile, Malik, the old one, he hasn't got enough armor to compensate for his weakness, which is his slow speed. So he spends longer walking just to retreat and heal, and he retreats to heal more often, meaning that he spends way less time in combat than others. I don't care what anyone says about him. Gerald is just way better. Mirage is the worst hero in the series. I mean, I do have some controversial opinions. Okay, this is the most controversial thing I've ever said. No, Tesla's not good. The Tesla, I don't like the Tesla. But I mean, really? Mirage is so bad. I hate Mirage. She sucks. her only usefulness is taking out a single strong enemy, and you still need to micro her for that. Like other heroes like Ulrich and Chartra can just 1v1 any strong enemy and just destroy them. But Mirage, oh no. No, you need to micro her just for her to get her full ability. And in Vengeance, where there's way more hordes than other games, she takes much longer to actually kill an enemy. And killing one enemy out of like the 35 that are advancing towards the exit is not enough. This is the same reason why I hate the Templars. Olok, A, because of Seal of Isolation, okay? Probably higher than Katha. He is just that good with Seal of Isolation. He can perma-stall any enemy he wants. But his other abilities are meh, and they have a really long recharge time. And his AI sucks. Ryzen Rags is ass. He's the worst hero in the first Origins game. What did I just say? He's the worst hero in Origins. Ruin Longbeard, as I said, he's a secondary hero. Basically, all of them are on C. Tenshi is the best hero that's free, that's out there. I mean, he's got teleportation and true damage, with enough armor and health to dish out tons of damage. As soon as he's about to die, he either levels up for some reason, like that always happens, or he Iron Times, which gives him invincibility. He also has a ranged mini Rain of Fire, and at level 7, this is the second best crowd control ability in the whole game, with the first going to Iron Time. Yes, he's the best crowd control hero in the game, as well as dishing out tons of high burst damage with Iron Time, with both of his abilities actually. Sure, he's a new hero, but it's been 3 years already. Damn, that's crazy. The Black Corsair is B, because Black Corsair. Also, he's the best secondary hero. His only thing is that all of his points put into armor and health are useless because he won't be blocking anything anyways. So why give him that much armor and health? Just waste points. Varrock sucks, barely better than Valerio, because he's only good against weak groups of enemies, but everything is good against weak groups of enemies. So his only usefulness falls down to seeking out weak support enemies that lie in the backlines, or holding down a choke point for like 2 seconds. He's outclassed by Azra and Olok in every way. Do not pick him, he's the worst hero in Vengeance. Young Valeria is also the worst hero in the series. I'm not explaining. So yeah, this is my completed tier list. If you enjoyed, subscribe. Yes, please subscribe. I need subscribers, subscribe. Anyways, I know this video is a month overdue. Some of you, actually most of you might even not know what I'm talking about, but because I have like 3% returning viewers and my videos kind of suck. But like, anyways, subscribe and watch another video. Dude, why haven't you clicked the video?